Good afternoon, everyone. Let me just introduce myself and then introduce our project to you a bit. But first of all, thanks for finding the time this afternoon joining us. Volpower has started in 2019, January. It was due to finish at the end of last year, but considering the pandemic, we had to organize two extensions. So all the contingency planning involved with these extensions. So this meeting was supposed to take place in Brussels, and then we were, hoping to invite you all to Brussels and then introduce you to us, to our project, as well as launch our policy report. But unfortunately, I think you've been hearing this unfortunately all the time from everywhere, so I don't want to say another but unfortunately. But nonetheless, we really appreciate that you found the time this afternoon. We're also really excited to hear about your projects, and then just to search for some common ground in terms of how we can perhaps do some cross-fertilization of ideas and talk to each other. So let me just present myself to you. My name is Umut Korkut. I'm a professor of international politics, and I'm the lead coordinator for the Volpower project. So Volpower was this project about, Volpower, volunteer, and power. Those two come together and organize an acronym. It is a project with the title of Enhancing Community Building and Social Integration through Dialogue and Collaboration amongst the Young Europeans and Third Country Nationals. So Glasgow Caledonian University has been the lead partner for this organization under my coordinatorship, and we also had 6 other partners from Europe: Erasmus University in Rotterdam, Austrian Academy of Sciences in Vienna, URAC Bolzano in Italy, Zavod Apis in Slovenia, SOS Malta in Malta, and finally IRMO in Zagreb, Croatia. So the project from the beginning recruited around 40 young volunteers. They came from a third country national background as well as EU national background, and then matched them with arts and sports related community organizations whereby they could do their volunteering. However, conceptually, we've been interested in how volunteering, social inclusion, and migration as 3 different issues talk to each other, and then how a certain cross-fertilization has happened so that the young people, they could build this joint belongingness and then joint narratives, and then go beyond kind of the macro politics of citizenship or macro politics of nationalism, etc. So we've been really excited to see how our young volunteers have produced their micro narratives of belonging as they went through the course of their volunteering journeys. We also followed not only their discourses, but also their imagery, the images that they selected in order to reflect and represent, their daily kind of meanderings and then their daily negotiations, identity negotiations, especially. In order to represent this, we opened a digital exhibition, an online exhibition, which was going to take place in Rotterdam otherwise, but it took place at the end of January with some artists actually interpreting the works that our volunteers produced during the course of their volunteering journeys. And we launched that in January, and it's on our website if you have the time to look at that. And then we also convened the Youth Parliament as part of this exhibition. And then there, they talked about through some podcasts, which they were also trained for, simply how they found themselves in their daily lives, these young people, and then expose us their stories. So we've been extremely gratified to be part of their journey, as well as how they presented their identities. So as we're also academics, we moved on from there to an academic workshop. At the end of April, we organized an academic workshop that brought together kind of around 40 to 43 various academics working on issues such as migration and social inclusion. And then finally, at the end of May, we organized an international conference to which we invited the volunteering organizations that we work with, as well as some partner organizations around Europe. And we also had 2 keynote speakers over there. Today, actually, we're also launching our documentary, and then we prepared the trailer of our documentary, the Volpower documentary, and perhaps it's only 6 minutes or so. Perhaps it's quite good to play it for you so that you would see what this project was about, and then we're going to come back to your session. And thank you very much.